Haworthia Xantha Gold. Beautiful, beautiful plant, but it has now overgrown its pot and has to be repotted. So in today's video, we are going to repot some Haworthia. Hello there, my name is Liz, a self-confessed succulent addict. Welcome to my channel, Growing Succulents. My fairy washboard has put out a baby, and now it's time to propagate an inflow. This is the Haworthia flower. So basically, to start off with, the pearl banded Haworthia in the bottom, and it has produced flower like this, and that's still a little bit of flower that hasn't opened up. So when the flower do bloom, well, somehow they get cross-pollinated by something, by insects. And this one, I can't see anything that's happening on that one yet, or anything that to indicate that that has been cross-pollinated. So therefore, I don't see any babies, but I still leave it just in case. Now this one here, my Attenuata, has produced all these babies. See, look at that. I call them satellite plants. Look, so after flowering, they produce all these babies, and now I need to propagate them or take them out of there, and also repot this Attenuata because it's just getting too big for the pot. So I need it to grow more babies. So repotting is well and truly overdue. But first I need to take this off. I'm going to leave the mommy plant there, but I just need to take the baby of that one and grow it. With this one, actually, what I'm going to do with this one, I'm not going to give it a special pot because this is just a standard. I am not trying to demean you, I'm sorry, but what I'm going to do with this one with one hand, okay, I'm just going to trim that off. It will eventually grow roots, but for the meantime, I'm going to leave that spider. There's a tiny little spider living in it as well, so I don't really want to disrupt that, because if the minute I bring that inside, it's just gonna die because I'm gonna kill it, okay? But I'm just gonna stick this in the soil here next to mommy, and that plant will eventually take root and grow. It's that easy, it's that simple to propagate them. Now the other one, on the other hand, the Attenuata, I'll have to bring it inside. I dropped a baby. One of my Attenuata babies gone. As I just put it here, I don't know where it went. Hopefully I dropped it somewhere behind me into one of the pots, but anyway, I couldn't find it, so I better be careful in bringing this inside. I still got two babies. Oh, the one that's got roots in it as well as the one that's fallen off. So anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll just take this inside. I'm now ready to pot them up, but I also invited a couple of the friends to come along and join the party. My Xantha Gold, I have this pot for it. So from golden blue, green and gold. So very literal, but I think that would actually look good. It will contrast each other. Look at that. See, can you see that? So imagine this pot being filled up with just gold. Now this one here is lime green, and so I decided to put this lime green Haworthia truncata that is not so lime green actually. So this one, I haven't changed the pot since I got it, and it has, I can see that it has actually outgrown the pot, so it really needs to be transplanted because it's getting too small for the pot that it's in, and also it's sort of warped the pot a little bit because I think it's pushing, the roots are pushing the walls because the pot's too small for the plant. Now this is also Haworthia lime green here, and I thought I'm just gonna put all my lime green in one basket, in this case one pot. So this pot is quite deep because truncata is known to have longer roots, so it will go deeper. This one here is my Attenuata, which I lost the baby, but doesn't matter. Now this is actually now a month later. I haven't potted it up before because I didn't have time. So a month later, my little seed grown, I don't know what it is. Agavoides has now grown bigger, and also I knock off one of the leaves. And so now I'm transplanting this Atenuata into this coffee pot, which is actually like 6 inches deep. So that would be good because Atenuata also has like a medium root system, or they need to be a little bit on the deeper side. Now my Haworthia mohanii, this is a slow growing plant, and according to the label here, this is going to grow 8 to 9 centimeters in 5 to 10 years and will eventually produce rare offsets. When much rare offsets, I feel that it probably needs to be transplanted into a more open mouth pot like this one. So this is one of my lanolly pots that is just so pretty. So I thought it's time to use this pot for this very special Haworthia mohanii. Also, this red pot goes to the agavoides. So now I am ready to rumble. So I will be using the soil that's still in the existing pot with the plant, but just in case I run out, I'm gonna mix up my master succulent soil mix and add granite just to bulk up so I can have an advanced soil mix, and this will make the soil fairly gritty. So I'm just gonna mix this all up together so everything will be nice and free draining. This is too much soil in my container here. This just saves me making a mess, so I'm gonna take or remove half of this and put it in this container. I'll move everything across on the opposite side. So I got my little chopstick and I'm gonna poke around here. So I'm just loosening everything. And before I do that, I'm actually gonna remove this one and also the other one. Oopsie, the little babies. Okay, so there you go. I still got 2. So hopefully I don't forget, but anyway, I'm gonna go around, just going around and lifting it up a bit. See, I'm just twisting it, wedging it. There you go. And once she's all wedged up, so you can see better, I'm facing towards your way. Bag avoid this. There you go. Come out, baby. Okay. And empty you out. I'll put you there. So now what you can see here is that a fairly healthy root system. And I am not even gonna touch that. I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm just gonna take this pot, which I forgot to put a hole in. So I'm just gonna go and drill a hole in this one now. Say, look, coffee jar that doesn't have any hole, we'll put a hole. It is now holed up. Hold up. Look, it's got holes. Before there was no hole. Now, I'm reusing my curtain that I removed from this one. So that doesn't really matter. So I can use that one. Some big rocks in the bottom. Just so to keep the curtain in place so it doesn't come away from the hole. And then now, before I forget, I have to remove the little seed grown. I'm not pulling it out, I'm just gonna tease it out. Okay. I'm sure I can tease it out without damaging the roots. So I can feel, nah, it's got a hold on something. So I don't wanna really rip it out. Okay, just sort of move it gently. There is some resistance, I can feel some roots. Yes. I feel the main taproot, I think. Okay, gently, gently, gently. Now, beautiful. Look at the root on that one. Okay, this actually now, I want to put it in my little red container here. So, same drill. Putting a piece of curtain. And put some rocks in the bottom. Keep it in place. And I'll move that first so you can see what I'm doing. I'm taking some soil from here. And I'll just put this one over there. There you go. That will be good. So we can have one wildly grown agavoides. I don't even know what you are. Are you going to be a Romeo or are you going to be an ebony? Who knows? I just put some granite around it just to make it look pretty and also make it easier for watering. So when you're watering it, or when I'm watering it, it doesn't splash all over the place. I can put that away and that's nicely potted up. So the next one I'll be doing is of course the attenuata. So now, okay, where's the front? That's the front there. So I'll just put first, top up some soil. And my soil here has already got everything in it. So it's got a one dish meal basically. It's got fertilizers and all sorts of things because I just freshly mix it up. This one now, I'll just top up attenuata, or basically this Haworthia is fairly strong plant. So it's not fussy at all. Just tap that and I'll just go around. And I'm going to use my stick to, just on the edges, just to shake off the dirt. So it will go in. Or you could also tap it up like that. And the dirt will just go inside. Haworthia is frost hardy. So far, this attenuata that I'm potting up doesn't need to be protected from the frost. Well, we live in a zone 9 area, so which means this can handle, because I've got other attenuata that is not variegated. And it has handled the frost up to -11. It handled it really well, so I'm not worried about this. I could even put this in the garden, but it's just because it's variegated, that's why I want to keep it in a so-called pretty pot. Okay, so this thing will still have room to grow. Now I'm gonna top it up with tap, tap, tap. So now I'm gonna put some top dressing. We do a top dressing. There you go. And that's it. Also, this flower stem or stalk, I just pull it off because that's really dry now anyway. That way it just cleans it up. And this is actually pretty clean. There's not too many dry leaves. The dry leaves are actually internally, not on the outside. So I can just pull it off from the top like this ones, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, that's it. One done. So just wriggle it from side to side and she can do the bouquet. Now that one is all nicely done. Now next. So now this one, my Santa Gold. So the first thing I need to do is release the hound. So I need to poke that out again and remove that. And see, I started with one plant for this Santa Gold about 2.5 years ago. And this Santa Gold has got quite a shallow root. You can see that it's fairly shallow rooted. Okay, so the soil is still pretty good, but the soil, I'm gonna add a little bit of fertilizer with my soil mix. But anyway, I have to get my pot first that I'm using. So I'm using this green pot here with holes. And before I do that, I need a mesh to go across. I'll put my rocks, big rocks. I am now gonna put some soil, but the soil I'm gonna be using are new ones for the bottom, and I lost my little shovel thing. Okay, so because this one's already got fertilizer, so that can go in the bottom. On the top, I'm gonna put my soil mix here, the old one, because there is absolutely nothing wrong with this soil, so why not reuse it? Waste not, want not. And also this pot now is fairly clean, no disease or anything with this soil as well. If I have issues with my soil, then I have to tip it out and use it in the garden. But this one has been pretty good, so I'm just repotting it mainly, and even the plant is quite happy where it is. But I'm just gonna put a little bit of fertilizer on top because that's been there for 2.5 years. I think 2 years, at least 2 years that it's been there. So I just put some little fertilizer, mix it all in because it's fairly shallow rooted. So now, and the fertilizer is going down, it's just disappearing before our very eye. Now also, I would also like to, I don't really want to propagate this as much as possible because I really like the look of the cluster, but I'm gonna steal a couple just so I can put it on the edge and spread it out, and then that way they can have more babies. So Haworthia is really easy to propagate. There's no big drama with them. So hang on, wait a minute. I want to leave the big ones in the center, and I'll take the small offsets babies. Look, it's already got roots and all. See, one, this medium-sized one, and this one doesn't probably have any root. And even if, okay, go in the center there. Hang on, I can feel some that's already loosening up here, so might as well take that instead of that other one because I was supposed to leave the big ones there anyway. So anyway, if the leaves is broken off like that, it is not gonna grow, so we throw that away. And any dry leaves here like that, remove that because that just encourages pests and diseases to or mealybug to live in there. Anyway, so very easy. You can just remove that and look at the roots. It's quite a healthy root system. And then this small one, might as well remove that as well. There's no dry roots or anything, so that's really good. So now it's just a matter of plonking it in, and I'm guiding the roots from the bottom. You go tease it in to the soil and go in. Go in, there's some good stuff in there. You go in, okay. So normally I would edit all this out, but I normally just rattle on when I'm doing my videos, but well, you don't get to see that. For my subscribers or regular subscribers, you're probably used to how I am, or you already know how I am. But for the new ones, you lovely folks out there who's watching this video for the first time, or watching one of my videos for the first time, it so happened this video, then you must start thinking, who's this crazy lady? I'm not crazy, I'm just happy. I'm just happy. I'm always happy. There's no point to be sad, because what's the point of being sad when you can be happy? Be happy. Don't worry. Okay, now are you gonna grow? No, that one's already broken up, so we throw it away. Now this one's now, I'm gonna put it on the edges. So when it does grow and someone wants one, I can just pull it off, because knowing that it is separated. It is totally separated from the other one. I was gonna sing again, totally separated, but I'm not. Okay, I'm not gonna sing that song. Now, okay, next one. Okay, this is what happens when you're high from not having enough sleep. I'm sleepy, but still happy. I gotta have my, okay, I'm just potting along. Okay, I'm gonna turn this around so you can see where I'm putting it. There. And there. Now, so that one is small. Just in case you get scared, we'll give you a company. So the two of you can comfort each other. And there you go. So with Haworthia, I find that they prefer a much open pot. So any pot that's sort of closed off, like the Mohani eye here, like say that one there, hang on, move you out of the way so they can see. So this one, they don't seem to like, I find, because I think the air can't circulate. So they're getting cooped up and they're saying, I can't breathe, so I'm not gonna grow. This one now, I'm gonna put my top dressing as per usual. Okay, that is now done. That is beautiful. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Okay, next one. So now this one now, you can see that I don't know if it has a deep root, so let's go check it out. Now we're gonna loosen it up. And oh, look at that. Look how deep or how long the roots are. Look at that. Nice, healthy roots. And did I damage you? No, no damage roots. So look at that. So now I need to put this on. I'll just check this pot, okay, to see how deep is your love. There you go, deep enough. So that can go in this pretty pot here. Now, I think I would be better off, but it's just too big. I was gonna put it on that blue pot, which is actually higher, which is probably better since, okay, the roots can, yeah, it'll still do, so it'll be fine. Now, I'm gonna put a little bit of my top dressing into the side there, but I'm just gonna tickle this with a little bit of fertilizer as well, just a tiny bit more. And so I haven't really filled it up to the top. So now that's ready, touching. I think I should really put this on a bigger pot because you can see how much that thing sticks out there. So that's not a problem. We are gonna use the blue pot. Yay! Okay, with the blue pot I can do that. And put some soil there, a little bit, and see, that way it's got plenty of room to grow. And I'm sure this one now, if it has a lot of soil, it will be able to grow much better. And also lots of air circulation. Excellent. Now, this one's got a lot of room for improvement, and so it looks pretty lonely in the big pot, isn't it? So we're gonna put a little bit of dressing. What I'm gonna put in here, I saw a bit of rock earlier, but anyway, now because it has plenty of room, I'm gonna put this Chinese calligraphy rock. So I found this rock naturally like that, but it's like a Chinese writing. See, can you see that? Okay. So this would just sit nicely over on the back here. How about that? It's like made for it, isn't it? And so this rock doesn't go flippy floppy everywhere. I'll put some granite on the back as well. Just a small mohani eye, but looks so cute. Beautiful. Okay, next one. Lime greens, come here. So also, this one's now, the soil can go into there. Okay, so this one now, I'm gonna have to squeeze it hard. It's already warped it. So it's trying to grow, and because the other one is quite big because it's got a lot of room to grow still. I want to save the flower if I don't remove it, because who knows, it might grow another pup. So I just go tap, tap, tap. Slap the top a couple of times. The soil in the bottom just falls off. This one is just full of roots. Look at that. So you're going to say it's root bound. So we're gonna ease it off a little bit. So this is still the original soil. It's the soil that it came in. I need to tease it all up without any damage. There you go. So just tap the sides. Just say, you're a good Haworthia, Trankara. You're gonna produce lots of baby for mommy here. So good, Trankara. I still got some bark here, but that's good enough. I'm going to do it in the corner like that. That would be so good because this is a square pot. So we'll do one side first. That way it doesn't move. So, and I'm going to top up the back of the roots. That way it's nicely covered up. And I'm going to insert this one on the opposite side. Oh, how nice would that look, eh? There you go. So you can see the gap there. You see that? We're going to insert some soil. into that. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put some top dressing. So this is now all done. I've now finished potting them up and they look absolutely beautiful, and I'm sure they will be happy in their new home. I won't be watering them for a couple of days, 2, 3 or 4 days, and by then when they're nice and dry and everything has sort of calloused off, I will be watering them heavily. And this lot here of Haworthias I still have to do, but this can all wait for tomorrow. And I got a big pot of Haworthias, different Haworthias and Haworthiopsis that also needs to be repotted. So from me, Lizzie, and from my budgie Pedro talking in the background, I can hear him, I don't know if you can hear him. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button so you'll get notified when I have a new video upload.